Okay, so here we are in week 4 of Legal and Political Aspects. Interesting chapters that we read this week. I really enjoyed them. A reminder that your presentation is due on Friday. If you need an extension, just let me know. I like to grade them on Friday night, but if I need to give you a little bit more time, that's fine. Remember that you're doing a recording of this presentation, so you can have somebody record you on their iPhone. You can make a video of it if you want to. I'm looking for good vocal delivery, eye contact, and appropriate volume so I can hear what you're saying. You can have a PowerPoint to Prezi. If you don't want to do that and you want to have visuals behind you on the board, you know, like your chart paper and you're turning that, that's fine too, just as long as I can see what's going on. I told you before about some screen capture apps that are great, and I'll just tell them again in case you forgot them. I like Jing a lot. It's Jing Snagit. They have a free version of that, and it's wonderful. It's really a great little program. One that costs a little bit of money, $2.99, so it's affordable, is Explain Everything, and it's a really great program if you wanted to flip your classroom ever, because it puts a little picture of you in the corner and then has your screen on the other side. So that's a nice program. There's also Sketchnoting, which is good. Screencast-O-Matic, I haven't used, but I heard about this when I was at Q. And PicPick, which is P-I-C-K, it's for Windows, and that's a free one that I read on a blog that I haven't used it, but they said it was a great tool for Windows. Alright, so we had rights of expression and religion and in public school. Both great for a final paper. If you wanted to pick one of those topics or some of the law that was in there, they would be great. Interesting that K-12 teachers have very little academic freedom. I know that teachers always say, oh, we have academic freedom. No, you really don't in elementary school or secondary school. It's really for college professors. In elementary, they give you the curriculum and they tell you this is what you're teaching this year, here are your standards. You got to follow that. You don't get to just go off crazy. No, I'm going to do this instead. You have to follow what the district says are the standards for your grade level or the course study if you're teaching in secondary. I thought the part on electronic devices, starting on page 234, was very interesting because, you know, in today's school, you're not going to see a whole lot of armbands or political buttons until we get to a political season. But you are going to have a lot of trouble with electronic devices of kids recording things and saying mean things or setting up a false Facebook page and trying to be mean to another child. And remember that you've got to show that the blog or the video or whatever it was going, that the child knew it was going to be seen on campus, which is easy because they have their friends and they forward it to their friends. If any of those friends are on campus, you have proof of that, which is easy to prove with kids today. And it had to be a material disruption or substantial interference with an individual. So if there are a lot of kids talking about it on campus and it's disrupting the classroom, you have a good case for a suspension or an expulsion if it continues to go on. If it's bullying, there's some very strong laws now about bullying, including cyberbullying, that you can cite and get the kids some help. I also like locus parentis, which is something I would quote to parents sometimes. I'm like, you're not my kid's parent. You can't make those decisions for them. I said, well, actually, I can. On campus, I'm supposed to be treating them as if they're my child and keeping them as safe and making sure that they follow rules, just like a parent would at home. You have the legal right to do that. Now, it doesn't mean you have the legal right to paddle somebody or speak very sharply to them, like you might do to your own children, but you've got to make sure that the kid is in control and following the rules at campus. So you have that right. Dress codes in California are opt-out. And so teachers always get mad when they have a dress code. Like, how come that kid over there is not following the dress code? And how come he gets to do this? And everybody else is following this? Well, because they have the legal right to opt out. As a principal, you can give rewards for kids who are following dress code or mention their name on the announcement or give clothes to kids that are from very poor families to help them out. But you can't make anybody follow a dress code in California. The one that gave me a hard time when I first became an administrator was that 1997 Title I law that said that even if kids are at a private school, you have to provide them with remedial help if they're falling behind. Which when I first came, I thought, oh my gosh, how could we do that? That's a violation of church and state, because we have a Catholic school that we service. And they said, no, it's a law. We have to do it or we lose Title I. Oh, okay, well, we want to keep Title I. That's important to us. We don't want to have that go away. The other one in religion that a lot of people are confused about is that prayer in school. And in 1968 they said, you know, we can't lead a prayer. You can't require kids to do a prayer. But kids and teachers can pray on campus if they want to. So if kids want to meet in the cafeteria and say a prayer before lunch, that's okay. They want to meet by the flagpole before school and say prayers, that's okay. And a teacher can say a prayer in school as long as it's a personal prayer to themselves and they're not, you know, overly demonstrating it in class. Also, I've heard people say that, oh, teachers can't wear a cross or they can't wear any kind of religious symbols, and that's not true. Of course you can. You can wear something that's discreet. Now, you're not going to wear a big flashing cross on your blazer, and you're not going to have a crucifix on your wall, but you can wear a gold cross if you wanted to, or you could wear rosary beads if you wanted to, or a Star of David, or whatever your religion is. You can wear that on campus. You can't tell kids about it unless they ask you. If they say, what's that around your neck, then you can explain it to them, because they asked. They initiated the conversation. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, equal access. That equal access on campus, that you cannot deny people the use of your facilities, is important. We had Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and Special Olympics on our campus, and there was a religious group, I think it was the same one that was in the book, that Good News Club, that wanted to start a religious thing after school, and I kind of, I'm not sure. So I called the superintendent. He said, yep, it's fine. Go ahead and let them come. And I said, I have no problem with this as long as you let everybody come that wants to come. You can't say, oh, only the Christian children can come. If any kid wants to stay, they can stay for this club. And they were, oh yeah, they were fine with that, and did a great job on campus doing those things. So if you are thinking about your final paper, either one of these chapters, they had some really good case law in to build up your the one that you're going to do. It's a 5 to 6 page paper. So if you want to get started on that and you like something that was mentioned here in these chapters, this would be a good place to start. All right, I'll see you online in the discussion board. If you're on spring break, have a great time. I had 1 day of spring break and now I'm going back to work. All right, have fun.